Welcome, Kayak Anglers, to our video podcast. This episode is sponsored by our friends at Yak Gadget, proudly supplying you with American-made kayak fishing accessories and gear. Guggen Brothers Custom Tackle, custom-made jigs and Ned rigs. Payne Outdoors, no-nonsense, straight-talk outdoor analyst and custom plastics. Feel-free kayaks. Pedal, paddle, or power, there's something for everyone. Now, let's join our host, John Rapp.
All right, guys, welcome to today's show. This is John Rapp. This is my 11th episode, my 12th week, as week right in the middle of like week 4, week 5. I was at ICAST, so we did some live video there. But this is our 12th week of doing some type of live videos here, and so I appreciate you guys showing up. I see Randy Newton and John Fuchs is here. What's up, fellas? Hey, smash that share button down to the left, because we are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So just, if you don't care, hit the share for us. Also, like Randy and John have already done, saying that they're on this feed watching us. There's 12 of you out there right now. Drop a line in here and comment so I can get our guys on here to follow up on it. I've got a great little lineup tonight. So before we get into that, I want to talk about this past weekend. And I want to share with you the West Virginia Kayak Anglers event that happened up in Jackson County, and I was able to get Greg Kupfner and catch him while he was doing the award
67 anglers and 13 teams show up for this one. Pretty good job. Pretty good turnout, really. Thank you, Jonathan Abchire, for setting all this up. We're sitting in the air conditioning, not out there in the sun, and we had free camping last night, so definitely want to try to get that again next year. We're going to start with individuals. In 10th place with 70 inches was Amos Hicks. I don't think Amos is here. Good job, Amos.
Congratulations, Amos.
In 9th place with 71.75, Rick Golf. It's a long walk, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey Rick, where'd you fish at?
In 8th place, had the same score as Rick, 71.75, won by a tiebreaker with a bigger fish, Mount Keefer.
Hey, where'd you fish at, Mal? Where'd you fish at today?
Where were you at?
Elkhorn.
Okay.
In 7th place with 73 inches, Jason Stauffer. Good job.
Where'd you fish at today, Jason?
Woodrow. I was like the only one there. There's 4 kayaks there. All right, so we had 67, so we're paying out the top 6. In 6th place with 76 inches, Storm Carter. Storm, you made $45 as well.
Storm Daddy, where were you at today?
Elkhorn. In 5th place with 76.7 or 76.25 inches, Joe Farson. And you made $65.
Where were you at today, Joe? Elkhorn wasn't the place to be today.
Must have been. 4th place was Jody Queen with 80.5 inches. Jody had some things to do, so he ran home.
I'll take that home.
Okay, good deal. Jody also made $100, so that's cool. In 3rd place with 81.5 inches, Derek Miller.
Good job, Derek. fish at today?
Upward.
Thought you guys did better than me. In second place with 85 3/4 inches, Mark Edwards. I know he wasn't at Elkport.
I was at Elkport and I loaded it back up.
Gotcha. $211.
You were at Elkport?
No, I went to O'Brien.
O'Brien? Okay.
And your winner with 92 1/4 inches,
My goodness.
Blaine Stowers. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
There's that. Here's a $50 gift certificate for fishing online.
Thank you.
And your payout will be $450.
That young man right there
Hey,
caught
Blaine,
a
where'd you fish
record
at
bag.
O'Brien.
Gotcha. Good job.
Yeah, 92. I think that's probably the biggest total we've ever had.
Quite big.
92 1/4 is probably the biggest total we've ever had.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Your teams, like I said, we had 13 teams. We're paying out the top 2. But in third place, we have Fishing Laws. And Philip is here to receive his trophy.
Hey, Philip.
But I left one at home, so I only got one.
I'll take it.
Give out the.
Completely by myself. You can have that one.
You got those for him, too. They had, I forget what their total was. I got so much stuff written on this piece of paper, it's not funny. 130 inches. Second place, the Gookin Brothers at 132.75. Travis and Harold Arthur.
Good job, fellas.
$78 is your payout. And I'll allow you.
Where were you guys at today?
O'Brien.
Right.
Thanks, man.
And your winner
Team series winner.
was Dink Masters. Rick Goff and Derek. They had 153 inches together.
Hey.
Too many places to look.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you.
And your female angler, what was your total, Anna?
Yes, Stormy.
45 and a half, Anna Lewis.
Hey.
Yeah, you don't want your picture taken?
Hey, Anna. Can you tell us where you were fishing at today?
Elkport.
She won't get her picture taken, but I got her on video.
All right, so that concludes everything. Oh yeah, big bass, maybe a little bit important, huh?
Huge
Your big bass, I believe it came from Elk Fork as well. 23 1/4 inches.
That's definitely a record too.
Brian Kennedy. Here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't even see it. Yeah. You gotta get your picture taken. That's a heck of a fish, man. 23 1/4. We'll get $320 is what the big bass
Heck
was.
yeah. Tell us how you caught that fish.
Texas Rex, thank you.
Nice. Heck yeah, man.
On a
Congrats.
stump? 10 feet of water?
What's that?
10 feet of water on a stump?
Probably about 2. Yeah, they're awesome.
Awesome, man. Congratulations.
All right, so that was the guys from Jackson County Shootout. That was the top 10 individual series with top 3 from the team, your recognized top female angler, and of course the big bass. And that 2 records were broke during that event. Blaine had the highest total of any West Virginia Kayak Angler live event, and then that 23 1/4 inch largemouth was definitely the largest fish we've had caught. So hey, let's take a little break, then I'm going to bring on my boy Nicholas Beltran from Miami. Old Miami boy. This segment is sponsored by Yak Gadget. Kupfner Brothers Custom Tackle. Payne Outdoors.
Feel Free Kayaks.
All right, Nicholas, you're live, unfiltered and raw, Big Daddy. Wait.
What's going on?
Wait a second. Are you? Wait a second. I think that guy sort of looks like my old ball coach up at WVU. Hey, help me out there.
You guys ain't listening to me, man. You guys got to go in your locker room and you got to make sure you clean out all your things before you go out in the field.
Yeah.
Keep telling you guys this.
Hey, man, sing Country Roads for us. Man, that's funny. You do look like old Coach Neil Brown, man. So, hey, guys, this is my boy Nicholas Beltran. Hey, am I saying that right, man? Is it Beltran?
It's all right, no problem, man. It's Beltran, so it has an A-N at the end. Everybody calls me Beltran, so I'm always like, guys, I'm not a transformer. I know it sounds good. It might sound masculine, but I'm not a transformer.
I like that, man. I like that. Hey, well, speaking of my transformer brother here, hey, I know you like chasing some peacock fish down in Florida, and you've started up your own page down there, and you're getting into some podcasting now, and I know you work with Randy over at Kayak Anglers of Florida. So it's your floor. Next 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. Tell these 17 viewers, man. 17 viewers. Tell us about you.
Perfect, man. No, man. But before I start, I want to say thank you to you, John, and thank you for the panel and everybody on here, Chris and Joshua. First thing, man. I have been on a roller coaster ride ever since I picked up that plastic boat. It has advanced my fishing like tremendously. My respect for all anglers now have been just another advance. And how crazy how this community in this industry has come together, just being out in the water and cherishing those times out in the water. And every second I have when I'm out in the water, I just learn more, and it just makes me appreciate what we do and how we are so passionate about nature and the outdoors. But anyway, I'm your simple just weekend warrior. I try to go as many times as I can. Born and raised here in Miami, Florida. Fished canal systems all my life. Fished these ponds. They're not considered lakes. All my life. And yeah, man, peacocks have been one of those that have interested a lot of you Northerners. Yeah. And so ever since I've been fortunate to work with Randy Newton, who is the lead guy for KAF, Kayak Anglers of Florida down here. I helped them start out the trail, the Sunshine State Trail. If you guys don't know about it, check that out. Really cool dude. Ever since I really got involved in kayak fishing, almost everybody I meet have been very helpful, have been very, how can I put it? They've just been very nice, shown me a lot about the human being and how the potential we have to be passionate about each other and what we like to do. So I learned a lot about trail fishing. I learned a lot about competitive fishing with him and being involved in the trail. You said podcast. So my first ever podcast that I actually helped Randy do was last year while we were doing the podcast, trying to promote the trail. So yeah, I've had my run-ins with podcasts lately, and I appreciate everybody who's been more than welcome to have me on board and stuff. You know, it's nerve-wracking knowing that there's a lot of guys out there that have been interested in my stuff, and I honestly do what I do just because I enjoy what I do, and the time that I have from the hospital work, I cherish a lot, and also my family also, but more so my family's been involved in this and has pushed me to do this. So I've got to obviously thank them for allowing me to do what I do, because man, every second I have is very valuable, especially in these dear times. So,
hey man, well, tell us a little bit about what your video. It's tackle fishing.
Tackle fishing adventures. Yeah. So I mean, I picked that up like about a year before I got involved with Randy and the trail here in the state of Florida. I mean, I knew in my heart that, you know, when I see technology and what it has done for the industry of fishing, like it's been blowing up more and more, because we have podcasters, we have the technology to do it, we have all this stuff to capture our adventures. So I took advantage of that. I'm like, you know what? In the beginning, when I did YouTube, it was more of a let's enjoy my time, go out there, and it still is. But now that I'm promoting companies that I truly appreciate and thankful for allowing me to get discounts. I mean, you know the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I've learned the industry and the business of it, where I know how hard it is for a company to be like, hey guys, I'm gonna cut you a slack, take this, enjoy it, and I just show people that it's enjoyable, pretty much.
Awesome, man.
So I do that with all my my social media, especially in my YouTube channels, you know.
Well, share
That's
with us.
pretty much it.
Yeah, man. Share with us a little bit. Give us some of your links. Your and when you get like, I know travel fishing adventures. You got. I heard you say you got a TikTok. I don't do TikTok, but you know,
Yeah.
so if you when you get a chance, just drop some of these links down in here, man. So these guys can follow you and check you out and stuff. So
Definitely, man. I mean, if you guys are interested in peacock fishing, I mean, all my content's pretty much just I've been learning as I go. So what you're gonna see is just a development process that I've been going through since I've been on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I've been using all these outlets to try to experiment to see what's best for me. Right now, TikTok has just been blown up. Like, it's just been one of those things that I don't have to work as hard to create content and to show you guys a good view and edge of what I do. I think they do a great job doing that. So I mean, YouTube, I mean, the algorithms and all that whole fancy stuff that goes along with social media has just been awkward lately, and I try not to get so involved in it. And I've told this in the past in a couple of podcasts, is that I don't really waste a lot of time on social media. It seems like I do because you see I post every day, but it's consistency while I use maybe 10 minutes of my time to post all those things throughout the week. So and thankfully for that app Buffer, if you guys ever want to be as consistent as I do recommend you guys get Buffer. It's an app that really helps you utilize your time, because that's very important. And I'm not sitting there every day posting. It's one of those things where I schedule everything, and everything just stays organized and consistent. So
awesome, man.
that's my roller coaster.
Awesome. Well, hey, brother, we're gonna go to commercial break. You're gonna hang around for our fireside chat. So hang tight, guys. The next guy we're gonna bring on will be our good buddy Josh from Missouri. So stand by.
Payne Outdoors, straight talk, an outdoor product analyst and custom soft plastic maker. Check out our reviews and products at our website, payneoutdoors.com.
Feel free kayaks, something for everyone. Pedal, paddle, or power, we can outfit you to meet your needs. For more information, visit feelfreeus.com.
Yak Gadget offers all kinds of kayak accessories such as motor mounts, anchor systems, and other track-based items to make your time more enjoyable on the water. Visit their Facebook page, search Yak Gadget.
Guggen, brother. All right, hey, I'm back. It's the episode 11, and we've just finished watching. We're halfway through the show. We've done our WVKA recap, and we've spoken to Nicholas, aka Coach Neil Beltran. Now, my next guest is a friend of mine from Missouri. I've been working with Josh for several years. He and I have done several things for the Feel Free Fishing team. We've put on a couple of events for the Summer Slam in 2019 and 21. Josh always was in the background grading fish like they were going out of style. So if you got a deduction, you can pretty much blame Josh Booth for that. What up, my brother? You on live, unfiltered, and raw on the unnamed kayak fishing show, because I can't label it, brother.
Unfiltered and raw? That sounds just perfect for me. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you again.
Good to see you, man. So, hey, wanted to bring you on. I wanted you to share all the hard work that you have been doing. You being out in the middle of the country in Missouri probably don't get the recognition that you deserve, because you've really pushed MOYAC into the forefront, and not only that, but your All-American Kayak series. So hey, this is your opportunity to tell these redneck country boys that are in the West Virginia area a little bit about what you guys got going out there.
Yeah, we got some fishing going on out here in the Midwest too. Yeah, like you said, I'm the tournament director for the MOYAC fishing series. We're just growing into an incredible organization. We have got some great anglers, great sportsmen. It's a great time to come hang out at these tournaments. This is what you always want to have. You know, tournaments are supposed to be fun with a chance to win some money. So we really got that going on here in Missouri, and tried to expand that whole theme a little bit out to the Midwest with the new All-American Kayak series that we launched this year. And it seems like a lot of people are really liking that.
Awesome, man. So hey, give these guys. I've tried to educate them last year, but I mean, we got a lot of new people. You know how people come in and out of and grow the sport, but educate everybody, because I know Greg's on here. He's the WK managing director now, but educate these guys on how people get qualified to come and fish the All-American Kayak Series, because it's not. Is it individual or is it a team event?
Well, we've got a lot going on with the All-American. We launched the All-American Kayak Series this year, which was 9 tournaments across the best lakes the Midwest had to offer.
Oh wow!
Guys could qualify for the All-American Classic through these series of tournaments as well. You can also qualify for the Classic through your clubs. So we're really encouraging club participation. The top 10 anglers from every club are invited to come to this tournament all across the country. Last year we had.
Is there roll down, Josh? Is there roll down, Josh? Like if the top 10 can't make it, but 11, 12, and 13 can?
That's right. We keep it as simple as possible. I try to keep everything easy, simple, stress-free, and drama-free. This is supposed to be a tournament series for the anglers, by the anglers.
Right.
No big company control or nothing like that telling us what we can and can't do. We don't go to cities that pay us to have our tournaments there at their, civic centers. We go to the places where we think the fishing is going to be the best. So those are so that's the way we do the series. But going back to the All-American Classic, it's the top 10 anglers and AOI points from each club in the country with roll downs. On top of that, we give out 2 spots for tournament directors. Tournament directors don't always get to fish as much because they're, running things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I know I've completely just given up on trying to fish this year and just focus on, directing. But so there are 2 tournament director spots that the tournament directors can use them or give them to somebody that do whatever they want with them.
Awesome.
And we've also got the Sportsman of the Year award. We encourage clubs to vote on an angler that they feel like is really worthy of being at this tournament that maybe didn't qualify for it. They've been there to help out the club, to help out other anglers, a true kayak sportsman. We all know what those people are like.
Right. I can think of several. Yeah.
So that person, each club can have one Sportsman of the Year, will get a 50% off coupon for their entry fee into the All-American. So technically you can do 13 per club spots that are given out. But if you've got guys that have fished some of the series, like a lot of the clubs here in the Midwest have done, there's a lot of guys that have already qualified that may be in your top 10, so you can roll those down too.
That's outstanding, man. I mean, it's really cool that you guys take the time to try to award, a good angler who may not be doing the best on the water, but he may be the one that's hanging around helping the tournament director and the managing director put things up, take things down, packing things up. Not like guys that share posts all the time. That promote your club and not just themselves. That's a true sportsman. So that's great that you make a path to give them a pathway to join guys in those events. So talk to me, man. So we've been on the Feel Free Fishing team for about 4 years together. You've been on 4 years now?
Yeah, I think so. 4 or 5. 4. Yeah.
So here's something that that I'm working on. I think I'm going to get you involved in when you have time, because I know you're busy. But we're going to work. I've been talking to Bones and guys, and we're going to do something for the Feel Free Fishing team, and maybe do a podcast and try to get our 30, 40 guys that are active involved. I mean, and do
That's
some
a good
stuff
idea.
like that. So be prepared to be to host a few of those, my friend, and we'll go from there. Because
I'm all for spreading the feel free gospel. You know, it still surprises me that I go to all these tournaments and travel, and there's not that many feel free kayaks out there, and it's an incredible fishing platform. So I just don't think anybody really realizes, you know, just how good of a feel free kayak can be, because all they hear is Hobie, you know, Hobie this, Hobie that, Hobie this, Hobie that, wilderness, bonafide. You know, they got huge marketing budgets. They're cramming that stuff down your throat, and that's what I think a lot of anglers coming into the sport, they think they have to have a Hobie Pro Angler 14 in order to be competitive, or they've got to have that bonafide with a Torpedo on it. Just not the case.
no,
I like to tell people in Moyak, we have over 200 members this year. We've had huge turnouts at our events. We've got one guy who's won our Angler of the Year twice now, which only one person has ever won twice. And this guy fishes out of a sit-in kayak with no electronics. So you don't need to dominate. I mean, we've had over 100 anglers at live tournaments, you know, this year. And this guy still just kills it. So you don't have to spend $5,000 on a nice kayak and rig it all up with all these extra features and think that's what you have to do to be competitive. Anybody can get in the sport. It's one of the things I love about it. And Feel Free makes a really good, affordable platform to get involved in it.
I totally agree. I've noticed, you know, and if you go back and look at 2014, 2015 at some of these guys or these Hobies that talk Hobie this, Hobie that, when you look back in their Facebook pages, you'd be surprised what they started out in.
It's always a progression. Yeah, it's a progression. Mm-hmm. Some of them probably had some Pelicans too.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the things is also cliquish. And us Feel Free guys, we don't talk a lot of shit, smack talk. We just shut up and fish.
Just kind of go under the radar, just like the company kind of does too. You know, just do our thing.
We just go fish, man. And
I fish out of a 13.5, and I've had, you know, the Dorado is a great platform to fish out. I've been in that too, but I really like the 13.5 lure. That's what I've been tournament fishing. I've fished almost 150 tournaments in that kayak. I think well over 100.
I've watched some of your videos, man.
I have no desire to change. I plan on staying with this kayak. I don't need to change. I don't see why I would ever need to upgrade. It's everything I need.
Yeah, I've watched some of your videos you've thrown out, and I mean, that 13.5 is nimble too. I mean, it moves pretty quick at motor. It turns well. That's the Dorado one. Hopefully, we can work on that turning radius a little bit for the version 2 that's coming out here real soon. So
the new BQs.
But anyway, hey man, you're gonna stick around for our panel. I know you got another podcast you got to do with your group, so let's take a quick break and we'll bring on Chris Payne.
Sounds good, buddy. Thanks.
This segment is sponsored by Yak Gadget. Coogan Brothers Custom Tackle. Payne Outdoors. Feel Free Kayaks. All right, guys, we're back. We've made it 3/4 of the way through our program, and now we're going to bring on the Grandmaster, Payne Outdoors, Chris Payne. What's going on, brother?
Well, I'm making some baits for a very special customer.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Let's not say anything about who that customer may be. I mean, what are you making?
So I'm making lizards, all kinds. Our Lagarto. It is here. I'll just show you some. So I've got those guys right there. So that's a green pumpkin.
Yeah, I smell them. They smell good too.
Yeah, boy.
I can smell that special sauce.
Got a little red in it. And check out these. I haven't shown you those. I've been shooting those while we're talking.
Oh, nice.
We got a little gold flake in there. And I'm mixing up right now. mixing up. A little bit right here. It's emerald flake with that green pumpkin.
Hey man, we can go ahead and tell them the secret sauce on her. I think it was mentioned a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? What are you throwing in my lizards there, man?
Cajun seasoning.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, something really cool happened. I was working. Was doing a speaking engagement with Legacy Outfitters, and Jeff Fritcher was like, "Hey man, I know you can put salt and all that kind of stuff in different things. You think you could put it in a Cinco, and let's see what it does." Well, I put it in a Cinco, and it smelled so good. So typically these things, I have to cover them up in like worm oil with garlic scent because they smell like plastic. I mean, plastisol is basically PVC. It's what they used to make Barbies out of in the 60s. And we're making worms out of them now. So technically we're playing with Barbies. But to get rid of that scent, we normally put worm oil with garlic on it. It comes with all of our stuff. But then we did this mix up. My God, I wish you could smell this. It smells like a crawfish boil, because what happens is those Cajun spices, when they hit that 350 degree, they cook into the plastic, and it smells like Cajun seasoning.
Now, does the other stuff do that too, or is it just happens? No. It's something. It's something about the salt and the paprika and the chili and all of that. It hits its cook point, and it basically just goes. You know how herbs get more aromatic as you break them open and do stuff like that? Yeah.
Well, they also do that when you heat them up. And so that is actually what's happening. It's an unintended consequence, but I loved it so much. I started telling people about it. And so now I'm doing it with all these lizards.
Awesome.
And it's, oh yeah, that's looking cool. Anywho,
awesome,
so yeah, we're making those baits. And I appreciate all the orders that have been coming in and stuff. I like I was talking to the panel earlier, I think I've been shadow banned on Facebook. I ran a contest for 16 hours and got one person. And I'm like, okay, so nobody wants free gift cards? Like, what's the deal? So I looked into my algorithm. I shared it on some major groups. Should have had about 60,000 reach out of all these different groups. And it had 183 views. I'm like, what is going on? So I'm not doing any more contests on Facebook or Instagram. So if you're not on TikTok and you want some free stuff, get on TikTok, look at Payne Outdoors.
Yeah, I was going to say, I shared it this morning, and then when I was going back and looking through, it said the file not found. And I'm like, what happened there? And then when we were talking on the panel, you said that you deleted it. So I was like, okay, well, makes sense now.
I took it down. I'm not a fan of letting stuff linger. If it's not working, you know, I think I've been listening to too much Gary V. And so I'm getting to the point where I'm trying a bunch of crap, and if it doesn't work, great, whatever. I know not to do that again. Let me try something else.
Awesome.
So that's what we're doing. So we're going to move it over to TikTok, and so be on the lookout for that. We're probably going to run that contest. I'm giving away 4 $25 gift cards, and all you got to do is recommend a new color for us. So we've got like 16 colors right now. I'm just looking for new color ideas. And if we select yours, I'm going to send you a $25 gift card. That's 5 bags of baits, homies. And on top of that, I'm going to send you 2 bags of baits in the new color that you suggested in the body style that you picked. So all you got to do is say, I don't know, I'd like to see something in chartreuse and orange.
All right, so
and
TikTok.
It'll be on TikTok later this week. So check out Payne Outdoors on TikTok, and I'm giving away 4 of those gift cards. So you don't even have to be, like, there's no vote. There's no poll. I'm going to figure out which ones I'm like, oh, yeah, I would use that. And then I'm going to pick those. I'm going to add them to the lineup so everybody can order that color. And hell, I may name it after you. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm giving away free crap, and apparently Facebook doesn't want me to do that. So screw Facebook. We're moving to TikTok. And
hey man, you got to put it on our Discord page too. We got about 35 guys on there now. I mean,
I will do that. I'm only on my phone right now, so I'm gonna have to go back.
Hey, so you got any hot fire topics you want to talk about tonight? We can get the panel involved in.
Yeah. Why don't we talk about the West Coast and they're crying about these imaginary rankings that come out?
Oh, I
The
saw
Canadian rankings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that on Redneck Nation.
There's no tournaments out there. I mean, there's no tournaments in California, so it's kind of hard to judge them. I mean, they should just have their own rankings. Why can't California just get together and do their own thing? I mean,
they should.
Those Rocky Mountains are kind of an obstacle. They kind of have been for a long time.
You know the fancy thing though is they cut these passes through those Rocky Mountains that allow us to drive through there. Or if you want to avoid the mountains, just go all the way south to I-10, and you can drive from LA through El Paso. Keep going all the way through San Antonio, go all the way to Houston, keep going. It goes to Louisiana. You can go right through New Orleans. You can go all the way to Florida. And then you can hit the loop, tollway down. You can go to Orlando and keep going down. And you can go see Nick over in Miami and go catch some peacocks.
That's right.
We got trucks. We got gas miles. I ain't about it. Listen, if you want to cry, get your blankie and go to bed. I don't want to hear about it. Do something outside of your home waters. Like you see these trophies right here? These trophies are all on my area lakes. I'm not out there telling everybody, hey, guess what? I'm the best angler in Texas, because I know for a damn fact I am not. You know how many sticks we have in Texas that travel all over the U.S.? Like, they go everywhere.
All right, guys.
So I ain't about it. Anyway, you guys tell me.
All you guys joining the podcast now for the Fireside Talk here. That was Chris Payne, and the topic is regarding a post that was on Kayak Bass Nation. I refer to as Redneck Nation because if you don't go on there and behave yourself, you get hammered by them boys. And I love them boys, but they will put the hammer to you. So
you gotta have some thick skin, that's for sure.
That's right. So top left panel, that's Chris Payne. That's me on the right. Bottom left is Joshua Booth from Missouri. And Coach Nicholas Beltran on the right side of the...
Yes, I adopted that name.
So got Nicholas Beltran, Transformer Man on the bottom right. So
Beltran, it's fine, dude. It's fine. I feel a little unprepared with that California debate. I mean,
me too.
First thing, I can't stand Crybabies, so I'm with Chris with that one. But as far as the tournaments and stuff like that, I think I've heard in the past that it's been very difficult to have tournaments and stuff like that over there. But I'm not too known about that West Coast. I mean, I lived there for a little bit, but I don't know exactly so much about that West Coast fishing. So it's a little odd to me.
I think it's funny, and I think that those guys were just asking for the arrows to be fired at them when they posted it. I mean, you can't go to that site and make a post like that and not expect to get hammered. I mean,
it's attention seeking. That's what I see. You know,
it seems like people that are throwing a fit about not being on the list are just attention seekers too. I mean, who cares?
Yeah,
you're on some social media ranking list that was made up by some guys. Who gives a shit? You know?
Yeah,
they do because they got an 8th place soccer trophy. That's why. Like, you're not going to see 45, 55, 65-year-old men crying about not being on some social media list. This is Yak Angler 2.0 is all this is. So those that have been around, Yak Angler used to have the Choice Awards. This is just 2.0. They're just making a list because it's fun to see where it ends up next year to see how close they were to who ranks. And guess what? Jody Queen's going to be up there. Russ is going to be up there. Matt Scotch, Guillermo, Christine Lambert. They're all going to be in the list. And guess what? They're all going to finish in top events and win way more money than the rest of us.
Yeah.
So
the biggest value they have, and I'm glad you mentioned those names because the biggest values I've seen in those guys is that they don't cry. Not one time. They go through all that sacrifice, all that hard work, and not once have they complained about anything that I know of, that I'm aware of. And I've been in that zone of director and promoting trails and stuff like that. So I've been in that little world a little bit, and I hear a lot of people crying. So it's not just the West Coast. I hear this from everywhere in social media, everywhere in this country. There's going to be crybabies, but at the end of the day, I think if those things aren't talked about, like I'm one to kind of like be devil's advocate when it comes to all this stuff. Hopefully I said that right. so I see it on both sides, and yeah, but like you said, Chris, I mean, better said that you said it was that, it shouldn't be somewhere where you got to be crying about it. You know what I mean? You say that within your group, and that's all. I mean, it doesn't have to be blown out of proportion.
Make your own. Make your
Yeah,
own regional
if
rankings.
nobody knows your name, then make your own name. Don't whine about it. Get out there and fish better. I mean, the people that you mentioned, the top 10 anglers in the country are very, very easy to distinguish. We know who they are, and they act professionally in person and on social media.
Yeah,
and that's why they're sponsored by these big companies, because they are actually professionals. The PKA, that nobody ever wants to use that term, well, they exist. There's professional kayak anglers out there.
That was a topic we had a few weeks back about professionals, and we pretty much named off the ones that we thought were in our region. I know I have 4 in West Virginia. Chris has named off several in Texas. I know you have, Josh, in Moyak, several guys that you could point at and say, hey, they're top tier. They're if they had the money and support, that they would be winning money on trails. But maybe they don't want to go travel. But if you don't want to go travel, then don't cry.
Yeah. I mean, no offense to all you guys. I'm like probably the youngest one here that's been recently involved in this industry, because I know all of you guys have some status up there. And from a guy like me telling you guys that on my post, you'll never see one topic of politics, of, oh, I lost this because this guy was cheating, or you won't see any of that. And I think this, establishing that in my and making I really make sure I don't put anything that's going to be controversial. I think having that as a base and as a foundation for your, I guess, fishing career, as you want to call it. I've been literally, there's been people turning their heads looking at my content saying, I don't know how you don't allow yourself to get involved in all those group chats and all that stuff. And it's just, to me, it's the easiest thing to get away from. I mean, that's Chris, just my opinion.
Hey, Chris, I believe Nicholas, he failed to do research on this show because he forgot that we're raw and unfiltered. We lay it out there. He just laid it out there.
That's all right.
You posted an opinion, big guy. Now they got you on record.
Dude, listen to me. If I'm a confident guy, no matter what I say, I'm confident. I know what buttons to push, right? I have nothing to worry about. So I don't care what group, what channel, what podcast. I don't care what person I'm meeting for the first time. Just like Chris, I mean, that's why I value Chris's. I've been learning a little bit more about Chris and seeing how he goes through his processes and all this stuff. And that's one thing I do value is respect. I mean, I'd rather you tell me straight up what you think, in a respectful, professional way. I'll remember your name for the rest of my life, and I'll remember my name for the rest of my ongoing here in social media and in this fishing industry. So,
to bring up one more little thing to this, like we were kind of on this topic of acting professional. Some of these anglers that are being paid by these companies to go fish are also under contracts. They got to be careful what they say online and what
That's
they
exactly
do.
Right. That's exactly right.
I see that as being very sad.
They are good people, but there's also people that are forced to be good, if that makes sense. You can't be acting a fool and be sponsored by a big company. It's just not going to work.
Unless you're Subway.
There's some companies out there that allow it.
Yeah, unless you're Subway, yeah. Hey, awesome. Hey, we've got 14 guys here on the show watching, and I would love to see you guys make some comments and ask some questions. Throw some feedback here. We're going to be on here for about another 10 minutes before we sign off, and love to if you have questions that you want me to pose to any of the 3 guys on the panel, we'd love to hear it. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, John, I'm going to be old granddad for a minute.
Go for it, brother.
What I want you guys to hear is not that I'm bitching that you're crying. What I really want for you is to understand that your self-worth starts here. And if you rely on others to prop you up so you feel better, you need to work on here. You need to understand your strengths and your weaknesses, work on your strengths, try to eliminate weaknesses or lessen them. And you've already lost. Like, if you come to a big tournament and you're worried about what others are going to think, or, oh my God, what if I finish 85 out of 86, or I finish 130 out of 135? You know what? Some days it doesn't work. And any of the guys at the top will tell you that. Like, win the battle between your ears, right? Work on you and build your self-confidence within you. Don't be a cocky ass about it, but, you know, build your confidence that I have a game plan. I know what to do. I'm going to work on this, and it's going to be fine. I don't care where I rank in somewhere, because here's the bottom line for me, right? I want to build fishing baits that catch people fish so that I get to see their big smile.
Amen.
Right? I ain't doing this crap to get
get
rich.
to work.
I'm doing it because I love it.
Hey, you're not working hard enough there. I'm waiting for them lizards.
There's an emerald flake right there.
And Josh,
Nice.
Josh better not interrupt.
Those are my background.
Better not stop the UPS guy on his way through now. Rob my,
Those look pretty nice.
I mean, to what Chris was saying, I mean, look, winners, losers, you come and go. To me, I value more I value more the progress. I value more the path to getting there than the actually getting there. Obviously, getting there is good, right? I mean, it's pleasurable. I mean, it's something where that's your goal, right? But I've been in that hole where you idolize these guys that are big in the industry and all that stuff, and they're good to idolize. They're good to, I guess, to help inspire you to be that way. But those big names, they're gonna come and go, just like the ones that lose. They're gonna come and go too. So I mean, it just depends. And this is another thing I want to say is that, and this is something I'm learning as I'm going, is as much as I promote the companies that I use, I make sure that I promote myself before I promote that company, because if they see that I'm promoting myself and I'm establishing myself well, they don't need to be babysitting me when I'm out there trying to make content and trying to prove to their buyers or to whoever's buying or going to be their customers that this product works or not.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I
was
don't want to just show you that it
yeah,
works.
man.
I want to show you that what I'm using is because it's producing.
I think that was
Period.
episode 6 or 7. We had that conversation.
Oh well.
Hey, okay. Here we got a few guys that made a few comments. Josh Evans says, "I agree with what you are saying for sure. Save the crybaby shit for significant other." Chris Moyer said, "Your head can be your worst enemy." And Josh threw up a PS, "I need some of Chris Bates, LOL." And Nathan
PayneOutdoors.com/store.
Yeah, store. And you ain't getting none of those that are on the fryer right now. I can tell you that.
Nope.
Nathan Reynolds said, "Let's see some old school motor oil, maybe with some green and purple flake."
Oh, bro, I got some old school
There you go.
motor oil I made up. It's a standard on my. It's a standard. Check this out. Motor oil right there in a lizard, and it's going out to one of my customers in San Antonio. Made that this week.
Josh Evans throws up the word sign. Thanks, Josh. All right, guys. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go, Chris.
He was talking about for the contest. Tell him it's coming on TikTok. It's coming on TikTok. Or he can email it to me. I don't care.
Hey,
TikTok.
Yeah,
TikTok,
man.
TikTok.
Yeah. I prefer TikTok, so it's all in one place. That's much easier.
TikTok, it's Payne Outdoors on TikTok.
Yeah. There's some great fishing content on there, by the way.
Jason West said, "Fishing can bring you from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. Got to get that straightened out before you step on the water, or you're in a rude awakening." Yeah, so there's old Coach Neil Brown from WVU brought in some expert at the WVU practice, and the guy did a 1 and 18-second video talking about getting your head right and being in the right spot. I'm going to grab that video after the show, and I'm going to post it on here. I'm going to share that so you guys can see Nicholas doing a little Neil Brown impression. But
yeah,
you know, I think it can be helpful too if people just keep in mind that we're outdoorsmen at heart, and we love being out in nature, and we're just going fishing. We're not in a Hell's Angel biker gang. We're not wearing cuts. we can go. It's just fishing. Calm down. And you don't have to have a club versus club mentality or state versus. We're all just fishermen. And when you roll into a tournament, you're just going fishing, but you've got a chance to show everybody else what you catch and maybe win some money. I don't ever go. Well, I used to, but not anymore. I don't go into a tournament looking at the payouts and thinking, oh, I'm going to win some money. I'm going to check out a cool lake and go fishing with my buddies and see what I can do. And if I do good enough, I'm going to take home some money, which is a bonus. Amen. It's not about the money. That's the way. We're just fishermen, and we're out, and we're kayak fishermen. So that puts us on another level. We love being out in nature, solo, doing our own thing. Just relax and go fishing.
Hey, and on that statement and comment, relax and go fishing, I think we're going to start closing this show down. Let's do a little final thoughts, and we'll start off with Nicholas. Final thoughts for today, bro?
Yeah, man. I mean, I enjoy this podcast. I mean, what you guys talk about inspires me. I'm sure inspires everybody else that's been on and been able to appreciate the show. I mean, these guys I value more and more every day. Every time I listen to them talk about and preach about the true ways of the industry and how it should be. And I learn something every time I'm on here. So I appreciate the able to be on. So
well, I appreciate
thank you guys.
Be safe. Appreciate you reaching out and being willing to come on and share your story, man. So, Big Josh.
Yep.
I just want to kind of go back on the AllAmerican real quick and let everybody know that hasn't heard this before. If you want to get your club involved or you want to get your tournament director involved, shoot me a message and let me know. Any club is welcome to participate, and there is a club versus club aspect to it too. I kind of missed that earlier.
Nice.
We give out trophies to the top club in the nation. Last year it was Iowa. Team Iowa took home the trophy, so it was a nice trophy too. So not only is it an individual tournament, but it is a club versus club tournament. What we're going to do is we're going to take your guys' top scores from each club, add them together, and that's going to be your club total. So each club will have their own score as well. So
very nice.
Anybody that wants to get involved, reach out to me. Winner took home over 10 grand last year. I expect that to double this year. Honestly, I think it's going to double for sure. So just contact me on Facebook or shoot me a message, whatever. And
it's Yak King -JB, right?
That's on Twitter. Yeah.
Okay. And
just
Chris,
hit me up on Facebook. So
that sounds good, Chris.
If you want to check out some baits, payneoutdoors.com/store. And remember, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
There you go.
There it is.
Hey, guys, and that was the panel. Thank you guys for making appreciate everybody for taking a few moments and sharing your thoughts tonight. We're going to go ahead and sign off here. I'm going to throw up some credits, give all these guys credits. If you pause the credits, you can get their information. Each one of them's got I've got some type of handle, either their Facebook, their YouTube. And you know what? I don't think I showed it, but I'm going to do it right now. This was the lineup today, the video. It has a little bit about each one of these guys. Of course, it's got their statement from Chris, his information. Then I work hard on these graphics, so I want to be able to show a little bit. anyway, and here's my boy Josh. Man, I made him look pretty, I'll tell you. Goodness.
That's hard to do. He's got some talent.
Hey, panel, again, thank you guys. Appreciate you. God bless y'all. You have a great evening. All right, guys, that's it.
Thanks,
we're logging off. We're going to throw up some credits and get out of here.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, man. Have a good night, all right?
You too, Maddie. Be safe down there.
You too, dude. Appreciate it.